Let's take a look at finishing off this drawing. From part one, we did the initial, or we did this much of the drawing. Now we just need to finish off the drawing. So what I want to do is come in and just offset the sides to show the actual styles of the cabinet. The hardwood styles are happen to be 1 inch wide. We verified that with the customer. And I'm zoom back in. Okay, and we also have this arc right here. If you look, it comes over another 1 inch. That's a 1 inch arc, or the diameter across the arc itself is 1 inch. So I'm going to put a line in here that's 1 inch from there. I'm just giving myself a place to draw the arc to. So it's going to be 1 inch inside there. There's your 1 inch line there. And I drew the same thing on the other side. And then they're asking for it to be 13 inches tall. So I'm just going to draw a line and type in 13. It'll be 13 inches tall. Now I'm going to draw an arc. So I want to draw an E3P arc, which basically is a start, middle, and end arc. So it's asked me to choose the first point. So I'm going to choose that little line segment I drew, go up to the top of this line here, and then go over to the other end of the little line segment I've drawn. There's your arc. So I can delete that. I'm done with that. Just to keep the drawing clean, I can come in and just highlight these and hit the delete key on my keyboard and delete these two little lines. You don't have to, it just depends on how clean you want the drawing to be. So I like to keep a clean drawing, so I like deleting stuff I can no longer see. Now I'm just going to go over here and offset that arc. I'm just going to select it, 1 inch, and then click above it, and that's going to offset it 1 inch. So there's my 1 inch arc. So go back up and reference the picture. And we got to put in the framing. So this, I'm just going to draw a line across from the inside here. And then I will move that down 1 inch to keep the framing the same. You can look at the picture. It's got a 1 inch top rail here. So I'm just going to move that line down to 1 inch. I'm just going to type in move on the command line and then select it, right click, grab it, move it down, then type in 1 inch, and it moves it 1 inch. So there's our framing. Now I've got to get 3 equal segments here. There's 3 equal panels up here. So I'm going to go back to the line that I just moved. I'm going to the command line, I'm going to type in divide. And everything I'm doing, you can go find in the modify toolbar or the drawing toolbar, but it's just quicker to type in the command. It's asking for the number of segments. I'm going to say 3 and hit enter. Now if I click on that, see there's 3 equal segments there. So I need to center 1 inch styles on that. So I'm just going to draw a line straight down. I don't care how long it is. And I'm going to come over here to the other one and click the center of that and just draw it straight down. And right click. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to trim those anyway. But what is important is they are in the center of where I want them to be. Now I'm going to offset those 1/2 of an inch each way because it's a 1 inch style. So I'm selecting it. It's asking me for the distance. So I'm going to type in 0.5. That's the distance I want to offset. Then click on the side. And then I'm just going to right click the center line again, click on the side and move it over. I'm going to come over here and just keep clicking because once you start a command, you can just keep using the same command over and over. So there's my styles going down. I want to get rid of the center one because I don't need that one anymore. That was just a reference line. Delete that. Now I just need to trim these. So all I have to do now is just type in the trim command here. Hit enter on the keyboard. And go select what I want to trim. I want to trim to this line. I want to trim these lines. And just click on what I no longer need or want. And they're gone. just hit the escape on the keyboard and clear the command. So I've got that drawn. Okay, so now I'm going to just save the drawing. It's good to save the drawings. I'm going to look at the drawings, see what else I need to do to it. Trying to decide what I want to draw next. I guess I'll just draw the little feet here. So I'm going to come in and type in the line command and draw a 1-inch line this way. Type in 1, move my cursor up in 90 degrees and type in 1 again on the keyboard. And then right click. I'm done with that because I need to come over here 2 inches, but I don't have really a reference on there yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring the other leg up to the same thing. I'm just going to right click, draw a 1-inch line, typing in 1 inch in the command line, move it up, type in 1 inch in the command line, and right click in the command. Okay, now I've got to get 2 more little line segments. So I'm going to draw a line again from here this way, 2 inches, type in 2 on the command line, and then hit escape. Right click again to reactivate that command. Click here, drag it 2 inches and hit 2 on the command line. Now I've got those little line segments there. So I can just right click and choose another line and go up to the end of that line. Right click again, choose that segment, come up to the end of that line right there. The little box tells you you're at the end of the line. And then I can just delete the little line segments I no longer need because they're there, you can't see them, but I know I've drawn them in, so I'm just deleting them. Okay, so we got that done. Now we'll put in the little 1 inch brass legs. So I'm just going to draw a little line across here to here. And I'm going to go over here and draw another line segment. Right click, start the command, and then go over and finish it. And now I just want to move those up 1 inch. So I can just select them both at the same time and say move. So I've typed in move. I'm going to go select that line segment, this line segment, grab it right there by left clicking, and then just type in 1 inch and it'll move it up 1 inch. Okay, so I pretty much got that done. Now I want to come up here and add in the frame for the top of the drawing. And those are, if you look, they're 2 inch, not 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is go back to my offset tool, and I want to offset them the way I really want to be, the way I'm going to build it. So I'm going to offset the side stiles first. I'm just going to click that till at 2 inches, and then click on the side I want it to move on. Right click, click it, right click again to confirm 2 inches. So we've framed those in. So I could just move that line down, but then I have to trim it. So it's either do you trim it or you just want to draw another line. So I'm just going to draw another line here to there, and then come down at the bottom and draw another line from there to there. And I know those lines are there even though you can't see them. So I'm just going to move them. So I'm just going to select move on the command line, grab it, drag it down, and type in 2 inches on the command line. Click on the bottom one and move it the same thing, just 2 inches. So that finishes up the face of this pretty much, I believe. Now let's go over and work on the side detail. So I don't really have to redraw anything. So I'm just going to put reference lines where those legs are, where the legs are going to be, and just draw a line that has the correct endpoint, but I just want it to be on my way. And then I'm going to delete those 2 lines because I don't need those. And I'm going to go over and copy the legs from one to the other. So I can type in copy on the command line and hit enter. I'm going to select what I want to move over. So I'm going to go in and select them all individually like this, then select where I want to move them from. And I know where I put my marks, so I know where the reference line is going to be. So I want to reference that back corner again. And there's my leg. Or when I go copy over here, I can just do a window select and select everything I want to move like that. And then just grab that bottom corner because I know where the reference line is. Go over here and snap it into place. And then same thing, I can get rid of these reference lines because I don't really need them anymore. They've done their job. And just delete those by hitting delete on the keyboard. We'll come up here and work our way up, I guess. We'll add the frame members of styles and rails to this. So again, I'm just going to come in and type in offset. Select this one. It remembers 2 inches because it's the one I used last. And click the side I want it to go on. Click this one, right click, and pop that in there. So let's do the tops and bottoms this way we did on the other drawing. I'm just going to draw a line from here to there. Right click, draw a line from here to there. Right click into command. Now we're just going to move those lines up. I'm just selecting move, clicking the line, grabbing it, and then moving it down, topping in 2 inches. I'm going to grab this one, move it up 2 inches. So we've done that part. Okay. I'm going to save the drawing again. It's just a good habit to save the drawing. Then we're going to finish off this little detail right here. So I know it's 8 inches across the top and it's 2 inches right here. Okay, so I just got to, and then I got to draw this arc in there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. These are our individual line segments. So I'm just going to delete this segment because it's too long. And then I'm just going to draw a line here at 8 inches. Type in 8 inches on my command line and hit enter. Okay. I'm going to come over here. This line only needs to be 2 inches. So the easiest way to do that is to just draw a line over the top of that line because it's going to be shorter. So I'm just going to draw a line from right here straight up and then type in 2 inches. And that'll give me my 2 inch line. And then this other line, I'm just going to highlight it and hit the delete on my keyboard and it's going to be gone. So there we are. So I want to add another little line segment right here coming down 1 inch. So I'm going to type the line command in, draw a 1 inch line, and then right click. That ends the line command. Okay, now I want to draw this arc. So I'm going to go to the command line and type in arc. And again, it's real similar to the other arc we've drawn. I'm just going to have an E3P, so it's an E3P arc. So it's just a start, a middle, and an end. So I'm just going to say it starts here, kind of goes this way, and then it ends there. Okay, that's cool. But I want to adjust that arc, so I'm going to click on the arc, grab the little node here, and I'm just going to move it out to where it's a smooth transition here, which is fine with me. That looks good. That's good. So we're good to go here. And then we pretty much have finished the drawing at this point. So I can come over here, I've already done this, and you can just go, I'm going to go ahead and save this drawing. And you can come over here and just using our dimension tools, add the dimensions to it and any notes you need to add to it or anything like that. I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you very much.